Hello guys, so you're probably wondering why did last upload if you somehow watched that, which please watch that, if you have like an hour and 18 minutes or whatever to spare, I guess, do it. Anyways, but why did it come early? I tried to upload it on Sunday, but it took 2 days straight to upload, so anyways, I've been thinking about the DCAMO, as I'll call it. You know, all those 2010s DC animated films that all came into Justice League Dog Apocalypse War. Well, I thought, what if I made that but with Marvel? And so let's see what that would be like. Let's hop into it. Okay, so I won't bore you with more setup. Let's just get into it. 2008, Captain America with his mighty shield. That last part isn't actually part of the title. So Captain America is during World War II. He fights the Red Scale. And he fights him. Next, Iron Man. Iron Man ends up fighting the Mandarin. Pretty simple. And finally, to end this year off, Thor. Yeah, so Thor, he fights Loki. Again, pretty standard firstly. 2009. We would see good old Hulk. And Bruce Banner would have to balance off with Hulk, causing the two to have to fight a lot. And they would have to fight the Abomination. Next up. Oh yeah. Captain America, New World Order. This would be the sequel to the first Captain America movie, and Nick Fury would unice him. We would also see Falcon join this universe. But to end 2009 is, we know. Yeah, and then next is Thor Invasion. The Frost Giants try to invade Earth, but Thor stops them. After this, we see Loki in his dungeon, as he says, "Fine, if Thor managed to beat them, let's see if he can beat an entire. Let's see if he can beat my swarm, as they now won't just take over Earth. I figured it out. We wanted to take over one of the entire, all 9 of the realms, but I figured out what planet has, not just one realm, what planet has the best. Earth, here I come." 2010, Avengers. Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor all come together to fight Loki. But at the end of the film, Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor all realize, wait a minute, Hulk is too dangerous. So they end up sending Hulk into space because he's too dangerous. Next is Planet Hulk. This would be a direct sequel to Avengers, and we'd see Hulk get super angry since all of his friends just threw him into space, essentially. So now he's super angry. Anyways, next up is, next up is Iron Man. Mental organism designed only for killing. This would have MODOK, and listen, I'll defend MODOK with my life, okay, man? I think, yes, they did him kind of dirty in Quantumania, but again, like, what CGI do you think they could use to make MODOK look good? MODOK's supposed to look stupid and silly. That's kind of the point of MODOK. He at first looks stupid and silly, but he's not actually stupid and silly. He's actually brutal. I love MODOK for that. But yeah, anyways, 2011, Spider-Man. Spider-Man fights Kingpin and Taskmaster. since Kingpin hired Taskmaster to defeat Spidey, but it fails. Next up is X-Men. They would end up fighting the Brotherhood of Mutants. Okay, and that leaves into the Fantastic Four. Yeah, Fantastic Four. Yeah, cool. Yeah, they would fight Doctor Doom. Yes. Doom. Yeah, anyways, so now, 2012, Midnight Suns. The Midnight Suns would be your basic Midnight Suns of Blade, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange wouldn't be an Avenger in this universe. No, he'd be a Midnight Sunner. Then you would also have then you would also have then you would also have Bullseye, who would kind of be evil, but he would end up redeeming himself at the end of this film. Yeah, Punisher and Ghost Rider. And at the end of the film, they have Bullseye sacrifices himself, proving that he was a hero at heart. He just was forced to do evil stuff because he never got enough money. Next up is Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Cap would fight the Winter Soldier, and this would end this trilogy, starting with Bucky and ending with Bucky. And we would find out that the true villain is Baron Strucker, who's been being powered by his grandson, Baron Zemo. As it turns out that they were related. And anyways, they fight the entire time, but they fail. Yeah, then later this year, we'd see Iron Man, AIM. This would see MODOK return, and this would also be an adaptation of Armor Wars, as MODOK ends up giving a bunch of Iron Man's villains Iron Man-like armors, such as Stealthman, yes, the Chad Stealthman, absolute Chad, too cool, Spy Master, Unicorn Man, Brothers Voodoo, etc., etc., you get it. And this new evil Iron Man team would be led by Madame Mask, who would end up betraying the team, but then because of that, should be killed by MODOK, and because of this, Iron Man would fight MODOK till the very end, and MODOK falls into a cradle and dies. Or so we think, since we see at the end of the film MODOK barely alive saying, "I will get revenge on Iron Man." Next up is the Eternal Thor. So this would have Thor. This would be an adaptation of Ragnarok, but instead of being a fun ride, which I like Thor Ragnarok for that, but it wasn't really like the comics. No, it would be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Hey! Absolutely insane. Hey! Yeah. Next, 2014, The Goblin. Spider-Man the Goblin. Yeah, so the good old Webhead fights the Green Goblin. And at the end of this, we find out that Doc Ock was the real mastermind, as he wants revenge. And at the end, as we see Green Goblin and Doc Ock in prison, they say, maybe 2 wasn't enough to defeat them. Maybe we need a 6. Maybe we need 2 more, or even 4. As we see Kingpin and Taskmaster also locked up. As they say, who else do we have? We have that alien symbiote that Spider-Man used, which he would have been using throughout this entire film. Yeah. we have that alien symbiote. As Norman says next, hey, you remember that guy, Eddie Brock? Yeah? What if we give him the symbiote? He already hates Peter Parker. Just Spider-Man. Nice. No one has figured out that you're Dr. Octopus somehow. What if you invade into Connors? He's been studying lizards. What? And he's been creating a chemical to heal his own. Let's make his own not heal normally. Next up, Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, it's pretty simple. The main five would go. Avengers Age of Ultron. The Avengers would have to fight Ultron, but they end up defeating him, and they end up creating an entire time to do it. But here's the catch. At the end of the film, they essentially create a Justice League Unlimited where any metahuman can join the Avengers. 2015, World War Hulk! So Hulk, after the spaceship blow up, he manages to has been climbing through the vacuum of space for 4 years straight, making his way back to Earth so that he could destroy the Avengers. We end up seeing the entire Avengers Unlimited, as I'll call it, the entire team as they all fight together. But they managed to kill Hulk and turn him into Professor Hulk before they find out about the real villain who's been controlling the whole battle, Maestro, who's actually the true villain of the trilogy, who's been controlling every bad thing in Hulk's life to make him more like him before Maestro gets killed. Next is X-Men Dark Phoenix. Yeah, pretty simple. It's the X-Men and it's Dark Phoenix saga. Yeah, so pretty simple. But then the end 2015 is Fantastic Four, Galactus. Galactus attacks the Fantastic Four, but they end up managing to defeat him. 2016, Midnight Suns, the other side. The Midnight Suns gets 2 more recruits, one to replace Bullseye and an extra, just for extra backup in case. Yeah. And anyways, pretty cool. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy New Age. We could see the Guardians of the Galaxy battle Ego, and they would end up fighting. But we see that and they managed to defeat Ego by eating him to Galactus. But at the end of the film, we see Galactus coming to Earth, which would set up the Fantastic Four film, so this would kind of be an infinite loop. Because originally I was going to have Fantastic Four after this, but I decided that since in this universe we wouldn't have seen Fantastic Four for a while, it would have made more sense to have them there, Next up, boy, we're on the final page. And next up would be 2017. Guardians of the Galaxy. Mizga. Okay? Yeah. I mean, the next evolution. We'd see the high evolutionary again. And yeah. Next up is Spider-Man, the Sinister Six. Okay? It's pretty simple. Spider-Man fights the Sinister Six. And he manages to win. And I already foreshadowed the Sinister Six, but in our mind, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Kingpin, Taskmaster, Lizard, and Venom are the Sinister Six. So yeah, a pretty stacked team, I'd say. Next is Fantastic Four Final Showdown. With this would have Doom form the Fightful Four with Mole Man, Wizard, and Puppet Master. And the four of them try to defeat the Fantastic Four and Doom, but Doom ends up being banished. But we see Doom at the end as he says, "This isn't the end!" Yeah. Pretty simple. Midnight Suns the end. This would have the Midnight Suns have their end. Yeah, and finally, next up we got after that we got X-Men Apocalypse. Wait till the X-Men have to fight Apocalypse. Pretty simple. 2018 Avengers Civil War. Captain America versus Iron Man happens, but instead of Cap's team losing, instead Iron Man's team loses, which causes a bunch of characters to die, such as Iron Man, Thor, Groot, Rocket, Hawkeye, Drax, Elektra, Black Widow, Doctor Strange, Taskmaster, Red Hulk, Abomination. Okay, a lot of characters would die. Hell, even War Machine, Nova I didn't even cover because he joined the Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of characters dead, sliced throat. Oof, I guess. Yeah. Next, yeah, and this ends up being really bad. 2020, Avengers Secret Invasion. We find out that everything is now going bad because even more characters die because they got replaced, including the entire Sinister Six. The entire Sinister Six. Ghost Rider, Punisher, Agent Venom, Moon Knight. Essentially, the only people left would be Iron Fist, Scarlet Witch, Nick Fury, Star-Lord, Hulk, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Captain America, and a handful of others. Okay? Next, 2022, Avengers Zombies. The remaining Avengers end up getting twiddled down because now those 10 are the only Avengers left. 2024, Avengers Secret Wars. This would have the Avengers have to do Secret Wars. And a lot of the Avengers would have to die during the Secret Wars, such as Scarlet Witch and Iron Fist. Well, they would actually be turned into zombies and then killed. Then Nick Fury, Star-Lord, and Hulk would be the ones killed in Secret Wars. Avengers Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos ends up snapping away half of the world. Luckily, the Avengers managed to escape, well, at least the 5 remaining ones, and essentially every side character left dies, and they can't bring them back, leaving these 5 and a couple other no-names as the final people left in this universe, leading into 2028. Avengers! Infinity! Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. In the end, the Avengers end up fighting Kang, at least what's left of them, before Luke Cage ends up being killed. To show how powerful Kang is. Daredevil ends up sacrificing himself to make sure that the rest of the Avengers get to the portal, which the 4 Avengers, Daredevil, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Captain America, would be the main Avengers for a while before Daredevil sacrifices himself. Then Black Panther ends up sacrificing himself to open the portal since it needs a sacrifice to open it. So Black Panther is dead, leaving Spider-Man and Captain America, as Captain America sacrifices himself to kill Kang. Yup. as Kang gets erased from time along with Cap, leaving Spider-Man to become all-powerful. And we also get to see the Spider-Man spacesuit, the cool one. And he would recreate the universe. But as you see, and Kang returns and he says, "I have returned!" And he sees 7 new Avengers. Captain America, Black Panther, Hulk, Thor, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Iron Man are the new Avengers. This new universe, as Kang says, "I will kill you all!" As we see him getting taken out. And then he's like, "I will kill you all!" As we find out that Spider-Man put him in an infinite time loop, trapping him in the same defeat. As we see this Spider-Man with watching over this new universe. As we see that he became a Watcher. As it turns out that the versions of these Watchers also create the realities that they were in. So that is my Mamu. Anyways, bye. Hey guys, this is another one of the long ones, yay! Again, these, when I created this channel, I thought these would be like 10 minutes, but apparently landing into the vacuum of space suspension actually makes them really long, so, yeah, and I'm serious about the vacuum of space since no one will watch this. No one ever watches anything of mine. My, magnum opus, my Tales of Marvel, as I checked, no views. I might have 1 or 2, please. Well, maybe that's too long. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to spend more time. See you guys, and I'll see you next time.